Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with, it's not exactly challenge accepted, but I wanted to pop in. I'm going to call it challenge accepted. I wanted to pop in and let you know that Shannon and I had some like really busy schedules for November and December. So we agreed to kind of officially take off on those Thursdays that we normally do challenge accepted. It may be that our schedules mesh so that we might pop in and do one, but pretty much for the months of November and December, you won't see our little blue brick wall with challenge accepted out there. But we're coming back in January, so never fear. I'm going to do the challenge that I have set for myself just so that I could make this video and come on here and talk to you about this is to use up some purple goodies or to use some of the purple goodies that were sent to me by my friend Gwen Towle. And she posted these across the pond, and I just absolutely fell in love with everything she sent. So I happen to have this photo of the girls both wearing purple shirts, sitting on the living room rug, strange expressions on their faces, reading some little book. Katie looks like she's reading a book to Ava. And I love the photo mainly because of the furrowed brow on Katie's little face there. Let's see if I can get it up there. You can kind of see. I'm not sure quite what it is that she's reading, but and yet it just never kind of came up into the rotation to scrap. So I matted it in purple. One of the things that Gwen sent me was this beautiful purple cardstock. So I matted this in purple, and I matted my journaling. This is an everyday moment where the girls were both wearing purple and sitting quietly on the living room rug, reading with strange expressions on their faces, 2013. And it was in November of 2013. So I'm going to use a purple Bramble Fox title that says November. Just, because it's purple, but it's also appropriate. Another thing that Gwen sent me in my little purple package were these strips of this beautiful metallic purple shiny cardstock. And I used some Bramble Fox dies. Let me pull the package of dies and show you. There are just so many different sizes and kinds of butterflies in this packet of dies. I used whichever ones would fit on that strip of paper, and I'm going to use that as a stencil in a minute. So that's where I got the butterflies. And she also sent me, knowing that I have a granddaughter named Katie, and we call her Katie Bug, and I use ladybugs on her pages. She sent me this stamp set that had this little row of ladybugs. So I'm going to use that. It also has this little butterfly, so I'm going to use that. I have those stamps on either side of this stamp block, so that's going to get some use on there. And I have these little purple jewel butterflies that she sent, and I forget which of these she sent, but whichever one, I think she may have sent these. These came from my table mate at the retreat that I just went to. And my secret sister, JoJo Kelly, gave me this kind of lavender dream catcher, which I thought was appropriate. Gwen also included this ribbon, and I think I'm going to use it right along there. I just took the older girls to lunch, and in the back of the car is a box of Project Life cards that I had brought for the giveaway table. at the retreat. And I happened to look at this pattern in particular and think that maybe I could work that into this. Since it's leaves, I could maybe kind of, do some, we'll see. I don't know how many, but I just fussy cut from here and from here. And I promised that I would save those for Sharon Barrickman, and I just want to let you know, Sharon, I didn't use that many. I only used two of your cards. So here are my butterflies that I cut out. I have some little purple buttons. I have a little orange ladybug, which is I picked because of it would contrast. I have some bits of cut files and a skeleton reel leaf. I have a squirrel because Ava is called Baby Squirrel. So I've got that. And I have two sets of sequins. One is Flowers Falling. And it's got some beautiful purples and pinks and dark teal in there. And then this Wonderland that was designed by Sarah Scraps, I used it the other day on a different layout. And I love the kind of see-through purples and teals, the lighter teals in there. And I have 3 foiled Galaxy flares by Dottie About Flare. You can kind of see the copper foil, and the colors just really go nicely with the Flowers Falling. So that's kind of, and I've got Dusty Concord and Seedless Preserves, Distress Oxide, and Wild Honey, which I'm gonna do through there. The paper I'm working on actually needs absolutely no embellishment, but I'm gonna do some anyway. It's a Pink Fresh from Indigo Hills, and this particular design is called Highland. And it has this design on one side, but on this side, it has these kind of shadowy leaves, a little mixed media splattering there. There's some more shadowy leaves, and then it's got the purple, and it's got the purple stripe, and it's kind looks like mixed media underneath the in the stripe there. So I'm going to. I thought I would do the photo kind of right in a cluster there. I want a little bit of the mixed media kind of showing, kind of a little bit of the splattering there. Although maybe, I think the placement works better if I have it a little bit further out, and I can do some splattering if I want some. And then I thought I'd do the journaling kind of up here. And then I thought I could work some of the, like this cut file, maybe could go right there. And it's kind of the same style of leaves. Then maybe this one is missing a leaf. I kind of cut that, and this has got kind of a hole right there, so I thought maybe I could do this like that, and maybe right here where that hole is where I could put the larger butterfly, and maybe I could do something with a flare right there. Not sure how that's going to work out. So let me sit down first of all and try not to bring the. Let me check and make sure that's still on camera. I need to move it over a bit. I have moved the camera down so that you can see detail better as I'm working, but that also makes it easier to get off camera. So I'm gonna put this on here first. Get that done just by running a bead of glue down this way. That's going to add a lot of texture there. And it's just the perfect color. Although there are going to be every imaginable variety of purple colors on this page. What I liked about these things that I fussy cut is that they're on a purple background, and they're done in kind of an ombre orange to yellow, and the contrast with the purple is so nice. It kind of looks neon. Okay, so see, that just kind of added a nice bit of texture there. Let me put that over here. Actually, let's assemble that. I think I like that well enough that I'll do it right there. I'm going to do just a little bit of glue and let the rest of it kind of move around. I'll do that and then run that across there so there's a little bit of a leaf sticking up above and below it. And then there's where I may want to use something like this. Not feeling that, actually. Let's go for, where's my little triangle? Let's go for a butterfly. Maybe kind of right there. Hold it down, raise up that. And then what I want to do is take the small butterfly and do it kind of like a shadow. With that, and then take a tiny little jeweled purple butterfly and put it kind of going a different direction so that we have kind of a little trail of butterflies. And I may do another one of those kind of right down here, but a little bigger one. And there I may put the butterfly a little closer to it, or maybe even right beside it or on top. I think I'll put it just right beside it. Okay. Now, another thing I want to do, but I think I'll wait till I get everything on there that may end up covering stuff. I hope I have this tape on here so that it can go across. If not, I can run some more on it and lift it up some more. Okay. Where I had in mind was maybe right there. Okay, that's not great. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go here and here and let that cord kind of be in between. Let's see if that works out. Okay, I think that's working. So I kind of want this guy as part of the photo cluster. So I think I'll just put it down with a little bit of glue, and I think I might use a bit of flare on top of that. Let's see, maybe this guy. Right in the center, and that might be a, I'm sorry, that was just my hand, not even my chair moving that. So let me get it back up here, and I'll get this back up here. Sorry about that, but at least, she says, at least I noticed it. Okay. Let me get over here. I'm kind of way off to the side. I want to do another yellow butterfly. So I think I'll go with the small one and have it maybe kind of right up here, and then I can put away the yellow. I have these purples so that I could do something with them, but I think I'm going to leave the butterflies, I'm going to let them be yellow, just yellow. And this large one, I can have over there. It's on foam, and the outline of the wings kind of lifts up. Okay, I know I want the title to be right there. I've got one of my long hairs there, so let me go ahead and put it down, and then we'll see what I'm gonna do down here. I'm not sure if I'll do anything. I had an idea, but it kind of may not make a lot of sense. I could do this kind of going off that way from right there, and then maybe have this little guy here, and a flare under there, kind of have that propped up with a flare. So then I have a flare there. So I need one up here. That lifts that up too much. I'm not, how about maybe doing that? And that lifts this leaf up. Okay, I like that. And then we're almost done. I do have some white pen work that I want to do. When I saw this paper, I thought, wouldn't that be cool if I did some outlining or something that looked a little like stitching or dots or, you know, just something right there. Okay, so this is stuck onto that, and that's okay. That's a good thing. And I'm going to do another bit of tape, foam tape under there. I will do some under here. And I'll put a little bit of glue on here. These cut files they're pieces of cut files that I got from Creative Cuts Club, and I've used the other bits for other projects. Okay, that will dry nicer than it looks now. And this, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll raise up this leaf and kind of tuck it under, not quite there, I want it up a little. Okay, so that's raised, and then I'm going to add little purple jeweled butterflies, one kind of right as part of this little trio, and then one as part of this one. I'll have him going maybe off in that direction. Okay. Now, let me get my white pen and we'll see. I'm going to kind of make it not exactly the shape of the leaf, and I've got the little things going the wrong direction, and you don't mind that, I'm sure. And then I'll do one here and one here. And I'll do one of the plain ones here. And I'll do one up here in the middle of the splatters. I think that would look cute. And a plain one there, and a plain one there. Just a little interest. And I think I'll leave everything else the same. Let's come here and see where I want to stamp the ladybugs. There's this little trail of ladybugs, and I thought maybe right there underneath that. So let's do it with seedless preserves. Okay. They're very fine lines, and we make sure they're Their heads are up instead of down. Okay, there we go. Well, it's distress ink or distress oxide, so it's got that kind of distress, the lines aren't completely filled, and that's okay. That's kind of a look, if you will. Now I've got the butterfly, and it is kind of facing that way, and I'll have one here looking up at the, well, it didn't get the body. I'm going to draw the body on in black. This little head and there. Not a problem. It's because it hit where it was on the block, it hit the flare. And I'm going to do this one just kind of right there. Okay. Don't think I need much more on there. I do want to put this color on, so I'm going to do it in the form of that butterfly. And because I've got a mark down here, I'm going to put a butterfly there, and I'll do another butterfly. Maybe that one would look like it's going off the page. Let's do it. That's not even going to reach. Okay, where do we want this one? Why not right there? It's just a little bit different color. Well, and the difference in color doesn't even show that much. Okay, so much for that. I just wanted to add lots of different purples. Okay, I've got a couple more of these little butterflies that I can scatter around. I can put one there, and here, these are so small, I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to really kind of where they're going, whether they fit inside or a cluster or not. I like how tiny this one is, and that means it could go either on the photo or on the journaling. And I think I'm going to actually put it here on this flare. I'll hold the center and try to, there we go. Okay, and the ladybug can kind of go right here by these ladybugs. Where do I want this ladybug? Here on the floor. I've got tiny buttons. I thought maybe a tiny purple button could go there on that flare, and I have a different kind of button in kind of an orchid color to put on this flare. And this button could go there. I'm kind of using the buttons as you might sequins, although I do plan to come back with some nice sparkly sequins because you got to have that sparkle. I really like the bits of yellow in there. Okay, used all of those. I have this butterfly that's kind of on a tag, but I think I'll save that for another project. Now I'm going to use this little triangle tray. This is something that Sandy gave us at the retreat. It's a Brutus Monroe like tiny things holder, and it actually shows it filled with sequins, and it's perfect for holding sequins. And I'm going to mix them up, create my own mix of this Flowers Falling and this Wonderland, and whatever's left in there. I have a kind of a crazy mixed up mix of various things. I want to see, while we're here, if there's any, if it would make sense at all to have a few falling leaves from among those that I fussy cut out. I'm thinking these buds don't look bad there. How would this leaf look? Maybe right there. You know, I think I'm going to leave it at purple. These will be good for something else, but I don't think I want them on here. Okay, so having said that, let's go and do a few sequins about. I think that's 2, maybe just 1. It's beautiful. And then this little kind of transparent one, and then a coppery looking reddish purple, which to me goes really beautifully with the foiled galaxy flares. So I'm going to do another trio of sequins here, and I'm going to use one of these little kind of mauve colored flowers and a sort of bluish purple there, and one of those redder purple small ones. Come on. Okay, and I'm going to do another sequin cluster here. And the one color I want in all of them is that red. And now I'm going to go for one of the big clear ones, which is just the same hue as those Pink Fresh ones. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle a few of these about, just kind of willy-nilly. Not any particular pattern for those. And the same for these pearls. One there. and maybe here. Okay, one thing I see is that I would really like a little yellow butterfly right in here. So, where's my little butterfly stencil? I'm going to use the small one and have it right there, and I'm just going to do it with whatever's on there now. There. Okay. And I'll pull that back. I'm not using this. I just don't see a place that that needs to be. I'll find a different project for that. And I think that's gonna be it. I have the mostly monochrome purple on there, but then I threw in a little bit of green in the scarf of the squirrel, and a little bit of yellow with the little tiny butterflies. So I'm gonna, oh gosh, this thing has been sinking. I know I keep promising I'm gonna get something different, and I haven't, when I do, I expect to spend some money on it, and I want it to be exactly right. So I haven't written that check yet. So there's the finished page. And again, this was just a kind of a self-set challenge to use some things that I had been sent in some wonderful Happy Mail from, in this case, a couple folks. And to surround this photo of the girls in their purple shirts with lots of other purples. So thank you for watching, and we will see you for sure on Thursdays back in January. And in the meantime, you can see both of us out in various other challenges and design team groups doing lots of stuff out there on in November and December. We just won't be doing Challenge Accepted together. We may be doing other things on those Thursdays, which is why we're changing things up. So hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you around. We'll see you back for sure in January. Bye.